Tonight I'm going to be preparing, it's an interesting one. In the United Kingdom we may say stewed, preserved, pears, apples, pineapples, berries, whatever. In America they often use the turn of phrase preserve for what in the UK we may say pickles. Anything we pickle in the UK, be it chutneys, relishes, including preserves, which i.e. basically means gives it shelf life, longevity. We are preserving the fruit, the vegetables, etc. That comes born out of brine or vinegars, which is what I was doing last night with the preserved or pickled pears. Tonight I'm using the remainder of the pears to preserve or stew. I've peeled them, I've kept the skin on. I personally prefer it, I think it keeps a better shape. I don't want a load of mashed pears at the end of this. They are going to be retained in Kilner jars and 340ml hexagonal jars to sell in my shop, or shops in which sell my products. I'm starting off, as you can see, these are literally the prepared pears which I have just completed. I have got the oven ready. I am going to put the sugar in. It's going to be, for every 1 pound of sugar will be 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds of diced chopped pears. I'm using conference pears, which are naturally very, very sweet, ready to eat right now, soft to the touch. Very juicy, beautiful pears. But as I have so many left over with the 2 crates I bought, I thought I was going to make great use of them. I'm going to add just ordinary white granulated sugar. It could be soft brown, it could be muscovado, it could be demerara cane sugar. It really is your choice. There is nothing set in stone. I'm just choosing tonight to use a cheaper variety to keep the price down for when I sell them. I'm just pouring the sugar on top of my pears. I've pre-weighed 3.5 pounds of sugar for my just shy of 8 pounds of fruit. I'm going to add to this 4 broken up cinnamon sticks. Just gives it a lovely, lovely aroma. You can just hear me breaking them. Now I'm terribly sorry you can't see the activity. I will show you imminently. I've just chopped some cinnamon sticks. I'm going to put in a pinch of crushed cloves. You can just see the crushed cloves here. Just about 8 or 10 is absolutely fine. You don't want it too pungent. This mix is going to be great to use as a relish with pates or after your Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year with cold meats, some nice pies or whatever it is we make after the Christmas and holiday festivities. It can be used to make a pear crumble. It can be added to a pear tart, or really whatever you want. I'm adding 2 teaspoons, heaped teaspoons of dried ginger. And I'm going to add a good glug of brandy. Now, a good glug is not a huge amount at all. It is a cooking, very good quality brandy I'm using. It's Prince Consort brandy, very good quality. And it is French. I have used approximately 1 inch of brandy for 8 pounds of pears, and I'm now going to add, there is the brandy, the Prince Consort brandy. To this I'm going to add a little bit of water, boiling water from my kettle, just to give it a little start. There we are, just a very small amount. It's now going to go on the heat, just gently to begin with. There we go. I'm using the kiln, a great big jam pot. I have several of these, of course. And there we are. This is how it looks at the moment in its very, very infant stage. You can see the chopped cinnamon sticks. You can see the shapes of the pears. I've cut them sort of into quarters or sixths because I want to be able to see the pears. I don't want them all pulped. There's 2 teaspoons of this dried ginger. There's 10 small cloves and a small glug of brandy with a little bit of water just to get it started. You don't want much juice. This is a preserve, in effect stewed pears. I'm actually going to add half a dozen bay leaves to this.